không có BO5 ở trong kỳ ASEAN 19 năm nay. Nên là các bác kỳ vọng vào BO5 thì không có đâu, không hề có cái chuyện đấy đâu. Giờ chắc đang warm up tí, anh em đợi tí nhá. Nếu mà anh em nào mà thấy mờ ấy thì thời điểm hiện tại mờ đây là một do cái gốc nó đã mờ rồi, nên anh em thông cảm tí đi. Đấy, nhưng mà anh em nhớ like đi anh em, like đi, kiểu bọn mình cũng đã cố gắng lao tâm khổ tứ các thứ đi tìm kiếm link để phục vụ các bác rồi, bây giờ các bác phải like đi, like mạnh tay lên nào các bác ơi, like mạnh lên. Tôi đang ở Hàng Châu, trận này cháy vé lâu rồi, bị hết giá lên cao lắm à, thế sao lại thưa chỗ ngồi này? Có bác nào có lại phe vé cho vụ Blackpink không? Trung ăn 20 nha, ấy à? Được luôn. Perry đỗ đâu rồi sếp ơi, Perry đỗ là kẹt nhà vệ sinh bác ơi. Giờ không biết tại sao khóa nhà vệ sinh giờ đang bị kẹt, chưa gô cổ ra được.
All right.
Like đi, khổ quá, like đi các bác ơi, like đi, like đi, like mạnh tay lên nào. Nào, từ từ đợi tí để mà bây giờ tôi đi tôi check va xem bây giờ đang có bao nhiêu like nhá. Giờ ít quá là
Here
cảm
we
giác là tôi
go.
phải bị phạt.
We got Zeus in the top lane. I wonder who's starting mid lane for Korea today. That's what I'm most interested in, if I'm being quite honest.
Tôi lên tôi xem bao nhiêu like các bác cứ liệu hồn đấy.
Oh.
Rồi như vậy là chúng ta cùng đến ngay với màn hình cấm và chọn của ván đấu đầu tiên giữa Hàn Quốc và Trung Quốc. Lúc này đây thì phía bên tay trái đó là các thành viên đến từ bên phía của Hàn Quốc, còn phía bên tay phải đó là các thành viên đến từ bên phía của Trung Quốc. Và lúc này khởi động với việc cấm đi cho mình có bài
And here we go,
còn bên phía
ladies and
của
gentlemen.
Trung Quốc thì họ đã quyết định
The
cấm đi
moment
chú
we've been
Lâm
waiting
Thiên
for.
Guani. Và cùng với đó là
The
hiện
true
tại
finals
rồi
of the
xem
Asia
ván đấu
Games.
nhá. Lúc này đây chúng ta đang thấy kênh sóng rơi vào tầm khoảng hơn 6.000 người xem, nhưng mà số lượng like vẫn còn 660. Nào các bác ơi, đừng có 1/10 là không được
So,
nhá. Nhớ like anh em ơi, like
let's
mạnh
see who's
lên
starting for
nào.
the Chinese team.
Tristan à, đó là vị tướng tiếp theo bị cấm đi đến từ bên phía của Trung Quốc.
It's
Mà
going to
giờ
be
không biết là như
JJ
nào
in
bên
the
này nhá.
jungle,
Sự việc không
Bin
biết là
top
như nào khi
lane,
nào diễn ra.
Knight mid.
Để mà nói thật với các bác là bọn mình đội hình
ADC is going to be Elk and support as Mako, I believe.
tìm kiếm được cái quả link này phục vụ các bác
Meanwhile, for Korea,
để mà đáp lại cái tình
we
cảm
got
của các bác.
Zeus in the top lane.
Vui lòng để lại nút like và subscribe kênh của chúng mình.
We got
Đấy. Chia sẻ thật các bác.
Kanavi in the jungle. I almost forgot his name.
Chia sẻ thật các bác.
In the mid lane,
Các bác cũng
it
like
will
đi.
be Chovy starting over Baker. Korea made the right decision, thank
Cùng xem số người của chúng
goodness.
ta hơn. Quá
I
tuyệt vời
thought they were
luôn.
going to start Faker. I thought it was doomed, but we got Ruler Carrier in the bottom lane.
Nữa đi.
Meanwhile, for the bands,
Thứ ba, cả hai bên vẫn đang sử
Jace,
dụng quy tắc
Jax, Nico. For the Korean team, meanwhile, for the Chinese team, it's going to be Sejuani, Tristana, and the other mounted champion, Rel. Okay.
ông đừng nói linh tinh nữa là không tập trung vào trận đấu đi, đã có gì đâu để mà tập trung nào. Giờ có mỗi cái màn hình ban pick
I might watch
phải làm thế nào đây?
Taipei versus Vietnam. That's actually going to be an interesting game, if I'm being honest. I might watch that. We'll see.
BO3 mà thôi.
We'll see how everything plays out.
Quốc và Trung Quốc vẫn như là trận thi đấu của Việt Nam và Đài Bắc Trung Hoa buổi chiều ngày hôm nay sẽ chỉ có BO3 mà thôi nha, chỉ có đúng BO3 thôi. Rồi sau khi khóa vào Kai Sa đến bên phía Hàn Quốc thì Trung Quốc đã có lời đáp trả với chú cá sấu khu vực đường trên, cùng với đó Lep Lăng được đem vào sử dụng. Một quân bài mà đang có tỷ lệ thắng là 100%, đó là Lep Lăng. Hiện tại điểm 13.12 đúng không anh em? 13.12 thì nghe đâu bảo Lep Lăng lên giao điện đang rất khỏe, và chúng ta mới chứng kiến đâu đó khoảng 2 ván đấu mà cả hai ván Lep Lăng đều giành chiến thắng. Không biết đó có phải là một cái sức mạnh tuyệt đối gì hay không đây. Rồi nhìn sang bên phía của Hàn Quốc nào, chúng ta thấy sự cấm đi vị tướng Vi, cũng là một vị tướng đấu sĩ đã được lựa chọn, và Asia khu vực đường giữa.
Okay. Sorry about that. I was making sure everything. I thought something wasn't working on the stream, but it is. So,
Asia,
nonetheless,
nhớ không nhầm
to catch you guys up on the draft. I mean, I'm sure you guys have been watching, but it's Kai'Sa blue 1, Renekton red 1. And then the LeBlanc pick as well. Will that be... No, it won't, because we have the Renekton. But LeBlanc might see some more static shiv out of that one. Xayah being picked up as well, but before that we saw Divine Azir. So going in for that lockdown, that long distance engage. Well, not long distance, but pretty long distance. We'll see what they want to do. I would like an Ornn here. An Ornn would be really good, I think. I think it would be really good with Korea's comp. We'll have to see what they want to go. Nonetheless, K'Sante being banned away, no surprise there. But yeah, JJ is going to be starting for the Chinese team, and Chovy for the Korean. So in my opinion, this is the best roster for both these teams. So long as no subs happen, this will be both of these teams fielding their best potential roster. I'm excited to see this Knight versus Chovy matchup because we didn't get to see this one in MSI. And that was one I had circled, you know. I was like, if Gen.G and Top, or sorry, not Top, JDG end up facing each other, I need to see this. But their paths didn't meet, but now they have. As we see Poppy being the second ban for China. Lee Sin was the first one for Korea. Waiting to see what their second one's going to be. That's my water. There it is. All right. Alrighty. It is going to be the Rakan. Not surprised seeing that one banned away. Very strong, particularly in the hands of Mako, who is going to be picking up the Nautilus. So, I'm interested in seeing what Zeus is going to pick in this top side in response to the Renekton. I did say Ornn earlier that would be a bit difficult to play against someone like Bean, but they're just going to pick the Alistar for now. Think about the top lane pick a bit more. Alistar Kai'Sa, a very solid duo, so they have some 3v3 potential on that aspect. Maybe. We don't know the jungler yet for the Chinese team. Oh, yeah, Ornn being hovered would put even more solid long-distance engage in their pocket. Not surprised to see them do it. So they're going for a very hard engage team, which kind of worries me because this is a comp that's going to rely heavily on the Xayah. LeBlanc's going to be looking for the flank, so you only have 4 people trying to prevent a 5-man engage if that happens. We'll see if maybe Knight will be able to find some picks on the side with the LeBlanc. It all just depends on the angles that they can find. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, this is a very early patch, so we're definitely going to see the static shiv LeBlanc. Scales off a very AP very well. Oh my gosh. We'll see what's gonna happen. Starting up the first of this potential 3-game match. Here are the Chinese fans chanting in the crowd, trying to rally their team. Maybe going to see some deep vision here, placed early by the Chinese team, but playing it slowly, carefully. They are spotted out here. Not going to dedicate any hooks, but they do get vision on their red. Might have a nice zone here. Trying to prevent the Renekton from walking up for vision. They are going to see Vi starting on the red buff, calling it out. Bit of skirmishing between the Renekton and the Ornn. Ooh. To no surprise, wins a bit of that one. Trying? I don't know what he's trying to do. I think he's just trying to prevent the Ornn from walking back to lane. Wants to have that advantage. Which he will actually get an XP advantage out of that. Will be there for the first few minions dying. I don't know if Ornn will make it back in time. Does seem like he does make it back just in time for that XP to go over his direction. Looking here, it does seem like Miko's interested in a hook. They do hit level 2, but so does the Korean lane. Already seeing some fighting in the top side. Both laners brought fairly low. Health potions used by Renekton. Ornn does still have that biscuit, so a bit of an advantage there. Even does have the HP advantage, but that empowered Q ready for the Renekton. Might look to get it any moment. Level 3 now for the Renekton. It's going to be interesting to see how this top lane is going to play out in particular. Or not necessarily known as that solo killing champion, but we have seen Zeus find kills on the champion. Does seem like they're trading a bit more. Not so much mana left for him. Jungler is maybe looking that direction. Maokai is a tiny bit ahead, but they should get there about the same time. Maybe not. Some fast clearing here on the Krugs. Oh, has the W ready, but doesn't want to die for obvious reasons. They do have vision, and it does seem like maybe China is interested in contesting the Scuttle Crab. They do have priority as well. Luckily, Kanavi does respect it. Gives up the crab. Might try to get the other one. Don't know if that's going to go well. I think it shouldn't be a problem. That bot lane's pushed up for Korea, so they have tempo there. But yeah, as we see the longsword start for the LeBlanc, wants to go that Static Shiv build. Just to remind everybody, this is on a very early patch, so the Static Shiv's still very strong on LeBlanc. I think this is like on release Static Shiv too. Has very nice AP ratios. LeBlanc is certainly going to be pushing the Azir in once she has that. Bit of a trade here with the supports. But yeah, both these teams just playing slowly. A lot on the line here. This is pretty much considered to be the finals of this tournament. Nice stun there. Oh, hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay, locking in. Trying to see if he can find something. Might be able to. Here. Junglers do spot each other out. Mid laners are nearby, and they do have the support as well, but not going to make any plays yet. Both of these teams with so much on the line just don't want to make any risky plays yet, which is kind of funny. That is what we expect out of the Chinese team is aggressive play, but they have been playing carefully. But it does seem like maybe a fight could break out here. They have it warded, so they know Vi is there. But Maokai is walking down, and they could look to go on the Alistar. Maokai just around the corner, and they do go on the Alistar, trying to find the snare, but the flash knockup's going to be there as well. First blood going over to Ruler. Now you might be in trouble, Mako. Trying to slow them away. Jungler backs off. JJ wants none of it. And although it's only one kill, that's a first blood over to the Kai'Sa as the last person you want on the entire map you want to give a kill to. Looking good for them so far. So, in the top side, might see something here. Renekton's starting to do a lot in these trades now. We'll see how Zayus wants to play it. Meanwhile, Chovy, I'm interested in seeing who gets more CS, Knight with Static Shiv or Chovy with, Chovy gameplay. Whatever it might be, some nice trading here by Knight, but still, that CS getting perfectly, well, not perfect CS, but in that little moment, they're getting perfectly snatched up. We're going to look at the replay, as it did seem like maybe they had the idea that they could try to, chain CC the Alistar, I guess, but the flash Q caught them off guard, weren't able to recall the feathers, and it ended up being a kill going over to Ruler. It's interesting to see people that are like Ruler and Knight that are on the same team playing against each other in this tournament. I wonder if they'll have any harsh words for each other come Worlds time. Maybe some banter, some trash talk between them. But Kanavi, looking at this dragon, does want to go over, but it is warded. Spots that out, and they do spot Kanavi starting up the dragon. We'll see if they dedicate. They are rotating members over, but hasn't cleared the ward yet. Don't know if he knows it's there. I think they know it's there, but it does not matter. Not interested in contesting it. Wanted to swap Herald for Dragon. They have the priority for top. Although they don't get the Dragon, they do have the Herald, which they can get something out of. I mean, I would honestly rather have the Herald than the Cloud Dragon. Depending on the soul, we'll have to see if they end up regretting that later. Now, flashing forward, just to scare them off. Now, maybe something in the mid lane. Lurking here. They could look for the play. They have the level 6. Flash comes out, though, to safety, and they're just going to back it up. So, Key's going to spell out of the LeBlanc, but she still does have that W, so very hard to catch that champion. We'll have to see if Knight regrets that later, but he's sure not regretting it now. It does pick up the Static Shiv, walking back to lane with that one. CS pretty even between them so far, but with Knight catching this wave with the Static Shiv is going to get a tiny bit of a CS lead. Oh, bit of trading going on top. Just Zeus taking some damage. Nautilus looking for something maybe. Mako just lurking about. Now, Renekton maybe. Bind could be in trouble, gets knocked up, but doesn't panic yet. Just plays like normal, but now Kanavi is maybe looking that direction. Goes back and forth between recalling and not. Ultimate maybe could be used here by the Ornn. But nope, it does seem like Kanavi's going to take the recall, start going towards bot side. If those pings are his. And it does seem like Kanavi is going to go towards that bottom side. I don't see the dragon timer, so I don't know when that's coming up. But it might be soon. Who knows? I wish they had a dragon timer. I will just have to guess. Teleport coming in. Might come right on top of that. Renekton needs to be careful, but looks like nothing happens up there. Herald was pop mid lane, does get the charge, so some gold going over into China's pocket. But no turrets taken yet. Lots of vision getting cleared out. It's going to be Hextech Dragon coming up. So Soul could be Ocean, we'll have to see. Something like that could be interesting in a game like this. Both these teams would love to have something like that in their pocket, or maybe an Infernal. But Dragon not coming anytime soon, so don't have to worry about that till it happens. I see something in between the top laners. Junglers are around as well if the fight extends, and it does seem like they're interested in doing so. Maokai coming up behind them. We could see a fight over the Scuttle Crab here, but it is going to go over, I believe, yep, to Kanavi. Who hasn't really been as prominent as we've seen him in the games leading up to this. Granted, it was because they were against much worse teams where you could just play however you wanted, but usually we still see Kanavi playing fairly aggressive. They are part of the only kill that has happened, but usually we see one or two more being created by him by this time. We'll see if maybe he wants to be more proactive coming on the recall. We'll have Divine Sunderer. Bot lane, maybe a lot of pinks coming down. Could see something happening there soon from both sides. Teleports up for 3 of the 4 people that have it. Zeus the only one without it. So something broke out. Wouldn't have the advantage there. On the note of Zeus, is maybe looking for something here. Kind of scary, but it does seem like Team China wants to start this dragon. Don't know if we'll see any contest from the Korean team. Even if they were interested, they just don't have enough time. W comes in to spot them, but it's too late. The dragon's dead, and it's going to be a mountain. This game, which is very interesting, very useful for both these teams. Very beefy front lines. I would really love to have those in their pocket. Maybe an engage coming in here. They are spotted by that ward. Meanwhile, what is going on here? A bit of a dive. Took 2 tower shots. Maybe needs to be a little careful against Chovy. But, oh my god, the static shift just one-shotting the wave. Why did they have to play on this patch of all the patches? I mean, LeBlanc just has to be banned every game, I think. But they do have a static shift user themselves. And so far, Chovy has been keeping up in CS. Perfectly at that. They are pretty much dead even. Crying Orb going out. Ward cleared. Seems like maybe this Herald could be contested. With the game being as close as it is, it would be useful for either of these teams, but it is also very risky if you end up getting aced. With the game being played at the pace it is, that could be the one fight that decides the entire game. So both these teams being careful in that aspect, trying to get vision control to make sure the play is safe. And vision does go in the favor of China so far, who are going to start up the Herald. Teleport is up for everybody that has it, so we could see a 5-on-5 fight breakout. We'll see if they want to dedicate. It does seem like they do. Teleport's coming in. Vi looking for an entrance. All these ultimates being used by either side. Who's going to be able to get into the Herald and smite it down first? It's so low, and I don't know who got it, but what is being obtained are the kills by the Korean team. 2 so far for them. They're chasing down Knight, who could be in danger. They're trying to disengage, but there goes Ruler, cleansing away the snare. Double kill for him so far. Smite goes down, and they're trying to continue the chase, trying to continue the dive, but they are gonna back out still. 4-0 now after those 3 kills picked up in the team fight. Herald did go over to China, but they lost 3-4, and that's what I'm talking about. You have to be careful in the flip fights like this. If you give up too much, like I said, this game's been played at a very slow pace so far. All Korea has to do is maintain this lead, and they can have pressure for the objectives, have the advantage when they need them. And I mean, look at Ruler here. With no fear, just goes right in, secures the double kill. They probably could have dove for more, but it was wise of them to stand off. Don't want to give up any kills. Still, though, with them having a 4-0 kill lead, only not even a 1k gold lead, actually. Or no, it is a little bit above a 1k gold lead. And now, Herald being popped. This top tower is going to go down. So, more gold going over to China's favor. So, they gotta try to keep up this gold lead. Gotta try to expand it somehow, but with how slow the game's been being played, it's gonna be difficult. Where is this gold lead, or where is this gold coming from for China? How are they only 1k gold behind? I'm confused. Where did they get that gold? There's no way that all those kills, because they're... It's a 20 CS lead top, but then it's a 20 CS lead bottom, and everything else is even. Ruler has 3 kills. How are they only up 1k gold? They're not even up 1k gold anymore. I guess turret plating. I didn't think about that. They did take mid and top, so they do have turrets as well. But Dragon is coming up soon. As we see, that's a lot of gold for Ruler, who does have 2 items. Does have the Nashers. Wants to get more AP scaling for that static shiv. Teleport's going to be coming in. Ultimates are available for both these sides here. Renekton's still on the bottom side of the map, but does have teleport. Dragon is being started up by Korea, but look at this. Renekton on the side here might be looking for something. LeBlanc just gets in, autos, gets out. Now here comes the ultimates being used by everybody, as that's going to be China picking up the Dragon, and now they're trying to clean up the fight, but we'll have to see. Look at Ruler on the side, able to get a kill, but now not a very good spot to follow. They're trying to set it up for Ruler and Chovy, but they're giving up a lot for it. Triple kill for Knight. They're running away with the Dragon, and they got some kills in return, but still worth it for China, who were able to get 1 more kill. Now, all of a sudden, dead even in gold. And that is a build I do not miss at all. 1 on LeBlanc, but let's take a look at this replay. Both of those long-range ultimates being used, and it did look good for the Ornn, but that Bramble was just way too good. And once they were stuck in spawn, I mean, it was just too easy for the LeBlanc, who is now starting to really show why you have to respect the pick on this patch. Korea in a bit of a tough spot. We've only seen them fight over objectives, and there's not going to be an objective for a while unless they want to try to do something with the Baron here, but I don't know if that would be wise with the game being as close as it is. Oh, look at this. They could be caught. Maybe not. Instead, they're just going to recall. Oh, there's a dragon timer top left. I see it now. Now I know where it is. But nonetheless. Now we could see something happen here. Ultimate being used. They're trying to find the pick. Knockup's going to come through. So is the double knockup. They're going to dedicate another ultimate, but look now, teleport coming through, and they're taking a lot of damage from the turret. They don't even get the kill, but LeBlanc quickly goes in. Go! Went back in for a moment, and got close, but still no cigar. Maybe it could look for the Kai'Sa now that she's going to be by herself, but Ruler playing it safe, playing the distance. Oh, you gotta be careful here. Might get caught out if you're the Korean team. Although they're the ones doing the damages, it doesn't seem like, oddly, the Chinese team is interested at all in fighting this one. Now they're maybe a little bit more interested. Ruler just going right in there. Or sorry, not Ruler, Knight. Might even find the double snare. Does do so. Has to use the ultimate. So that's a key spell down for the Korean team, but I don't think that it would be wise to suddenly go Baron just from that. We'll see what they do. I'm sure they're just setting up traps, but yeah. Key ultimate being taken there, but I just don't think they're going to be able to take advantage. Dragon's not up for a minute and a half. Meanwhile, Alistar's ultimate is pretty much almost halfway up again. So, we'll see. Things coming down on the Baron. A lot by the Chinese team. They're really interested in pressuring that objective. Keeping Elk in the mid lane to clear out CS. Trying to prevent as much vision as possible. Trying to entice the Korean team to walk forward. But with Dragon coming up in 50 seconds, they're setting up that side of the map. Wonder if we'll end up seeing a trade between the two. I'd be surprised. But you never know. The static shivs, unfortunately, are just gonna keep the waves ping-ponging back and forth. Not gonna see a whole lot of action in that aspect. Probably just gonna see people clearing waves in between these fights over objectives. So, not gonna see anything until about 10 seconds from now. When this dragon comes up, we'll have to see if anything happens. It does seem like both the teams have the same idea. They want to try to pressure both objectives at once. Hovering Baron and Dragon. But now both teams walking down to the other objective. Fighting over vision here. But now Korea has started this Dragon. They need to be careful. Teleport's coming in right in the middle, but the Renekton already has arrived. Doesn't even need it. Knight on the backside. Could look for something. Some nice damage there. Nice hook from the Nautilus. And a nice follow-up engage. They're not even going to be able to use the Ornhorn, as that's the third Dragon going over to China, who have brought this game to Soul Point now. The fans are fired up. I mean, Knight has been pressuring so hard with this LeBlanc. And these Maokai ultimates have just been on point every fight. It's really hard for Korea to play into it. They might have to give up Dragon or Dragon Soul. We'll have to see when the next one comes up. But a lot of pings coming in on the top side. Mid laner's fighting for a moment, but not dedicating fully. But dedication is coming in from the jungler. Follow up from the Kai'Sa as well, but they're not going to be able to finish him off. W's not going to land either. But both these teams are pinging Baron non-stop at the moment. They want to flip it. The Korean special teleport's coming in. It comes down. All this game going to be determined in this one fight, most likely. Baron does go to Korea, but what will happen after that? China trying to find the entrance. Azir ultimate's good, but it's not good enough. They're finding the kills left and right. Will Chovy be able to get away? He will! Able to recall at the last second. They only got 2 kills out of that. All things considered, not bad for Korea. Able to get the Baron buff on 3 members. And they're only dead for 30 seconds. Not really anything that China can threaten. I mean, all things considered, I think I would say worth if I were the Korean team. I mean, they dedicated a lot trying to clean this one up. Chovy came so low, but he shuffled out. Recalled immediately, and they just weren't able to stop the recall. We'll see what they can do with this Baron buff. I don't think it's a game-deciding fight like I was hyping it up to be, just because, you know, only 2 kills were given up. I thought they were going to flip the fight afterwards, but thankfully, the Korean team choosing to back off, but they might have bitten off more they can chew here. Need to back up. Will do so. Meanwhile, ADC is just ping-ponging the wave. It's going to be harder for the Kai'Sa to clear this one out, though. Oh, look at this. A lot of people coming for this blue buff. They really want that one to go over, though. Pretty much the entire team except for Xayah showing up to defend that blue. They might be able to get this turret. No one's here to defend it. LeBlanc's here, but all she can do is watch as it goes down. I'm not sure if that was the time to use the passive, but Chovy decides to anyway. Oh my gosh, so many pings coming down from both these teams. As the ornaments have started to come in. One on Ornn, one on Azir, and one on Kai'Sa. Level 15 for him. I want to talk about, though, Chovy, level 17 already. Highest level in the game. Excuse me. This is making me anxious, the way that they're just NA ramming it. But luckily, Chovy is in the side here, pushing. Making use of this Baron buff. Able to get 1 turret. The gold lead spreading a tiny bit, but it's still just so close. 2K is not a big enough difference to make an impact in these fights. Speaking of fights, we might see one here. LeBlanc comes back in, being shut down. Might be in trouble. Knight's dead. Starting off this fight, teleports come through. Flash Q and a flash ultimate. Korea, they just needed the one fight to end it. Triple kill for the jungler. Kanavi's been carrying the entire tournament, and he's doing it this fight as well. But oh my goodness, Keria and Chovy with the fantastic engage in the middle of that fight. That could be the end. They're dead for, looks like 15 seconds on Nautilus. 20 and 24 for the mid and jungler respectively, and now they lose Xayah. They could lose top, and they do. Double kill, and that's the end of the game, just like that. They just needed one team fight, and they would pick up the first win. It was on a nice edge the entire game, but they found the pick on Knight. He got too greedy, went back in. I don't know if he didn't have ultimate ready or if he just got CC locked too quickly, but he got locked down. And the Xayah was not ahead enough to carry the fight. They were really relying on Knight. Momentum was in China's favor, but just like that, Korea snuffs it out and picks up the victory game 1.
chia sẻ lên Facebook nói các bạn yêu quý chúng tôi. Và một lần nữa thì Thập Cẩm TV
Even with the LeBlanc.
trong trường hợp kênh YouTube bay màu, chúng ta vẫn có thể xem ở trên website của chúng tôi. Và chúng ta sẽ
They couldn't get it done. The Fed LeBlanc on her best patch in years.
Đấy là mong muốn của tôi. Chúng ta
But Knight got too greedy, went back in, got caught. We'll be alright. Oh, I think they're gonna show replays. We'll see. Oh, nope, no replays. We'll be right back. Alrighty. Oh, wait a minute. It's not back yet. Thought it was, my bad.